Hello, my friends, my dear friends, my lovely audiences. Welcome to the East West Show. Jack Chow on the East West Show with GNE TV. For quite some time, we have been doing several shows from different perspectives, different angles, looking at the North Korean peninsula situation, in which we believe that we are heavily involved, or at least we say we shall be heavily involved, because it is to the benefit of every single American. And of course, it's a common problem for the international society, international community as a society, but to U.S., to South Korea, to Japan, to China, to Russia, to everybody in the circle. And I believe that's a big problem. With me today is my good friend, is an educator. He is a founder and the CEO of California Sunshine Education Center, and also he is the founder and the CEO of Pedia Education Group or Center in Beijing. Am I right? Okay, very good.
Perfect.
Oh,
thank you.
Yeah, good. Very, very high-ranking people of the educational front. The reason I invited him, he's not a military people. He doesn't even look militant. I'm trying to find different angles to look at the same problem. All right. Of course, if I'm interviewing a general, right, admiral, he would say attack right away, and I'm sure we can take it over, right? And if I'm interviewing different people, such as educator, I want to always find out, is there any other solutions, right? So that's why we're here. Okay. Now, before we go into any of the recommended or possible solution to the problem, shall we go over a little bit with the overall situation, please?
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
What do you have as the latest overall situation so far?
Overall situation. Again, thank you, Jack, that inviting me to this show, and hello to my audience over there. And before I can say something, I want to say Merry Christmas or Happy New Year to all
sure.
of you, because
we're all dressed like Christmas color.
Yeah, that's right. And in talking about the North Korea situation, the most update is that the 3 U.S. airplane carriers are still in the area.
Yeah.
And it is collected most of the military troops, Far East Asian countries over there. And also alerts has been sent out through top administrations by both sides. Actually, multiple sides. And China, Korea, Japan, of course, U.S. involved. And it looks like that the war is on its edge to break. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's the situation as far as I know. But there's indications that the peaceful solution would be highly possible. That is by saying that, because I think that the Nikki Haley, that the ambassador, U.S. ambassador, United Nations, also indicated that the negotiation or the diplomatic involvement with North Korea government is highly expected. That is something
still an option, right?
Still an option, although with the heavy military concentration in the area.
And I lately caught up with the new development of North Peninsula of Korea. It is the fact that Kim Jong-un has asked so much. He asked the international community to give him a grant to go ahead with nuclear power. Other than that, he refused to talk. He refused to take any threat, any whatsoever.
That is very interesting, because
he's asking too high.
Yeah, if you take a look at the whole history of the situation, we will find that it was started by the nuclear test. It was started nuclear test by the North Korean about years ago, about I think 15 years ago, when the father of Kim Jong-un still lived.
The father, yeah.
The father still lived. We call it King Second. The second still
Okay,
lived.
Kim Second.
Kim the second, because this Kim is the third, according to the history. And about 15 years ago, and by then my memory, if serves me good, was that the King Second wanted to talk directly with American government, and when he was rejected, he launched out the first nuclear test by then. And since that, there are 5 of them or 6 of them be tested, and all of them only about 100 miles away from the north border with China.
Yeah.
That is that's the whole situation. In the meanwhile, the Kim regime asked direct dialogue with China, while rejected the Chinese proposal of six-side talks. That is the situation.
There is another saying that while we're approaching Christmas and New Year, there could be another shooting.
Could be
another shooting.
It could be.
And just to express, just to further threaten us. Right? And on a higher elevation, we see that President Donald Trump has already gave him the last warning, right? And probably the second last warning and the third last warning, and we even lost track of which is the last warning. Okay, now there goes like this, right? Stop shooting. We warn you, or there will be military attack. Right? Boom, there goes another one, right? And then stop. We'll hit you. Boom, goes another one. It goes on and on and on. It sounds that we're the one crying walls, right?
That's right.
So now, to keep America in good shape, we have a face to save, right? And then either President Donald Trump has said too much more to the limit, or we got to do something. Otherwise, and that's our third perspective to look at the peninsula situation.
And Jack, what you just presented to me and to our audience is nothing but a very dramatic show.
Yeah, it is.
Played in the last 3 or 5 years.
Yeah, it is.
A warning, a test, and then another more warning, one more test. It's just dramatic show.
Yeah.
It looks like that the roads are those. One side is American, with its alien, Japan, namely Japan and South Korea, and other side is China, North Korean looks like backed up by China and the Russia, but the situation was not like that simple. To me, although it was 2 roads show, but it is a kind of collaboration between North Korea and the U.S. in a sense of inviting U.S. military force into the region. By saying that,
now,
why I'm saying that, because I think
with you, an educator, I believe I can go a little further.
Yes.
Right. And I'm going to ask you, you know Sanguo, right?
That's right.
Right.
3 kingdoms.
The 3 kingdom, the tripod states, or the legendary tripod states, or legendary tri-state story, whatever. There are different ways of calling it.
That's right.
Let's take a very short moment now. When we come back,
okay,
right, we probably I would take the lead. Of course, it's subject to you. I will take the lead pointing out a book, the Sanguo, and then we'll take it from a Sanguo perspective to see if that works, or if that applies, all right?
That's right.
Okay, now, my dear audience, today with me is my good friend, old friend, even young but old friend, Mr. Wei Luo, founder and the CEO of California Sunshine Education Center, also founder and CEO of Pei Wei education group center in Beijing, right? In Weihai and Beijing, you're approaching the capital.
Right. That's right.
Right, the capital does not take you, right?
We are expanding.
You're outsiders.
We are expanding. That's right. As an outsider, sometimes works a little bit better.
All right. So let's take a very short moment now. When we come back, we'll find out from now, strategical, one side, philosophical, the other. Okay, how about that?
We'll try.
We will do that.
I will try.
All right, stay with us. Hello, my dear friends, my lovely audiences. Welcome back to the show. As a matter of fact, this is the fifth show talking about the Northern Korean peninsula situation with the North Korea nuclear threat growing by the day. We have tensioned our response. We have warned them over and over and over again through the lips of Donald Trump that we will teach them a good lesson. Should we go ahead and create a war? Launch a war, to declare war? Should we not? Or do we need to go other way around in a security way? Or is there any chance of negotiate, bring everybody on the negotiation table? Well, everything is in question. Today with me, my friend Wei Luo, educator. Hopefully he will give us some sophisticated analysis over the conflict of the North Korean peninsula. All right, now, I mentioned the Sanguo, right? Okay, now, to look at let's try to put ourselves in the shoes of Kim Jong-un, right? Kim Jong-un, like that. Now, he has been brainwashing his people ever since. Okay. Now, our biggest enemy is the imperialist America.
That's right.
Right? They are attacking us. Let's tighten our belt.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
Put all money, everything into our military, into our nuclear weapons, so that we will be defended. Something like that.
That's right.
And to prove that, he has to go boom. See?
Shooting
that's one. Right?
Ballistic missiles.
Yeah.
We call it specifically.
Yeah. Boom. There goes another one.
That's right.
Okay, now like firecrackers.
That's right.
Every time the Korean people, hear something, boom, goes up in the air, regardless, successful or not, they do not know. They never know.
That's right. They got excited.
And there gets the opium.
That's right.
The opium, spiritual opium, injected to them.
That's right.
They get excited. Oh, wow. Long live, great father, whatever, great leader, something like that. And then the unity is brought back and tightened, brought back and tightened. Boom, goes another one like that. It looks to me as a norm.
It is. It has been a practice for
it's going to be a norm.
That's right.
In other words, with or without the American military attack as threatening them, they will keep on doing the same thing because that's the only thing to keep them alive.
That's right. And in another sense is that military trips from the U.S. side has been very helpful to the regime to keep up his people together and unify together.
Right.
That is from the as a matter of fact, that has been the fact.
All right, good.
A lot of people don't see that.
Yes. That's why I got you here. So you and I, we can go that layer.
That's right.
To the profoundness of the problem.
That's
now,
right.
In other words, they need the American threat.
That is correct.
As the outside push.
That is correct.
To unite them.
That's right.
And secondly, they need the boom, the firecrackers, to keep on shooting.
That's why I'm saying that U.S. does not really want the regime collapse.
Okay, now, number one area, all right? Number two area, we got to keep ourselves busy. Am I right?
That's right.
We got to keep ourselves busy.
That's right.
Right. And especially every time, every moment when we have a domestic issue, we want to keep our eyes busy on the international front.
That's right.
All right, right?
We want show.
Okay, now.
We want show going on.
Suppose.
That's right.
Suppose if North Korea is taken down, totally wiped out of the map, what else are we going to do?
There's no drama.
There's no drama, nothing to do.
Nothing
right?
to do. And the U.S. troops has to withdraw from the region. That's the reason.
Remember I asked you by Sanguo, by pointing the Sanguo, right? Okay, now, say Zhuge Liang, right?
That's right.
He sits on top of the gate.
That's right.
Of the city gate.
That's right.
Right? Playing, what is that? Qin, gu qin.
That's right.
Chinese
harper. Chinese harper, yes.
Or xylophone something, right?
That's right.
Okay, now, and then Sima Yi, right? 200,000 soldiers surrounding the city. And he ordered open the gate.
That's right.
To let them in.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Could be ambush to Sima Yi.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
Right. Well, it was kind of an impasse for quite a bit. The son of Sima Yi says, no, it's an empty city. I know, I bet that's an empty city because their soldiers are deployed elsewhere. Let's get in. Let's get the guy, right? And the father said, no, you little kid. You kiddo, you know nothing. Go, let's withdraw, right? Now, and the whole moment, Zhuge Liang was boom, boom, doing that thing, right? With some
demonstrated, so relaxed,
so
enjoyable,
the confidence,
and so confident. That's right.
Hey,
that's
and
right.
now my question.
Yes.
Okay, on the book,
That's
book it says Sima Yi withdrew, right? Zhuge Liang continued playing.
That's right.
Right?
Enjoying his confidence.
By the time that Sima Yi realized that was an empty city to come back, his soldier got in already. Fill in the blank. So crisis over.
That's right.
That was on the book.
That's right.
Okay, back to the moment though. Now, as smart as Zhuge Liang, as smart, super smart. I'm not talking about smarter than you, or smarter than me, or smarter than you and me together. He's a way, 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 way smarter than we put together, right? Do you think that he did not know that Sima Yi had already known that's an empty city?
In contemporary, in modern time, that kind of show is not possible at all anymore.
Of course, they have
because surveillance, international technologies.
So we have a satellite.
That's right. That's a different, but with that spirit as well as the, I would say, strategic tricks that we still can apply to the situation some point.
Yeah, sure. Of course, to attack or to withdraw, those belong to the strategic area.
That's right.
However, for Zhuge Liang to stay there, to be so confident that knowingly you know that I'm holding an empty city, you dare not to come in.
You know what, Jack? I have been thinking about this. I've been when I'm.
No, you didn't get my question.
I did get a good question because Zhuge Liang is an Oriental philosophy, which would not be understood by Western philosophy or way of thinking.
Okay.
That's why.
That's part one.
That's part one.
What I'm emphasizing is part two. Okay, now, Zhuge Liang knows exactly. Otherwise, it wouldn't be possible that he did not know that that Sima Yi has already learned that he was holding an empty city.
Yeah, I think that the story, basically, according to the book, built upon with the total understanding of the enemy side by Zhuge Liang.
Yeah.
And this is number one. Number two is that courageous that Zhuge Liang had to betting the situation. He plays a bet.
Yes, you're right. He plays a bet, right? He plays a bet. But on the more profound layer is on Sima Yi's side. It is Sima Yi's side, right? Now, Sima Yi had already known, right, judging by the fact that how smart Sima Yi is, he would not be, it would be totally impossible for him, his admiral, to lose tracking of the whole battlefront movement where everybody's soldiers are. Okay, now, knowing that Zhuge Liang has 800,000 soldiers, now with how many deployed elsewhere, so on and so
That's
forth,
a secret.
he would do his own math to guess that is empty city.
That is correct.
Now, had he known that, right, he ordered to withdraw, right, saying that it's an ambush. And the son says, no, it's not an ambush. Okay, now, you know why he do that? He wants to keep Zhuge Liang alive. Zhuge Liang lives on. He will be busy. All right?
That is, yeah, that's one way.
In that case, he and his son
That's right.
were useful, will continue to be useful to the royal court.
That is correct.
To the royal family.
That is totally reflect what the situation here in Korea,
Now,
North Korean situation.
Yeah, sure.
That's,
We keep it there, keep the problem there to keep us busy.
that's right. That's to keep the enemy so that you have a value to be existing. That's a philosophy.
And to Kim the Third, he wants to keep a threat there so that their people are more united, something like that.
That is correct. That's the situation. And if we just go into the situation by reflecting the history into Korea, today's situation, we will find that not only that he wanted, the king, the third, wanted to keep up U.S. as an enemy over there, existing for a longer time, but also they wanted
the existence of Americans as their enemy
is the reason of this regime.
Help him enhance his regime.
That's right. There's no question about it.
Okay, now, the existence of Korean problem, the Korea problem, all right, keep us busy, so that we got something to do.
That is right. So let me take away from that point, meaning that somebody said that a lot of people say that North Korean have put on a lot of threats to the U.S. Let me tell you,
let's take
this
a
is
moment.
not.
Let's take a short moment now.
Okay,
We're
we'll come back talking about
we'll
that.
come back. Yeah. Welcome back to the discussion about North Korean situation. And it looks the deeper we go, the more hilarious we find. And probably the handle is right there. We came to a point, of course, what I say totally represents my own personal opinion. Neither does it do anything to the show, nor does it to the organization. It's my totally Jack Chow's personal opinion, all right? And I believe you apply the same thing, right? Something. Now, he and I, my friend Wei Luo, founder and CEO of California Sunshine Education Center, are having good time doing some analysis by copying some ancient Sanguo examples to see if strategic thinking and philosophical thinking could be put together.
Actually, in a situation nowadays, I think that strategic thinking is, to me, strategic thinking is more emphasized by the U.S. side, while they left alone the philosophical thinking, especially thinking about the other side.
Yeah, that's why we do the East-West
of the frontier. That's right. That's why we have to meet.
Sure.
Let me go back. Would you allow me to go back to my point? Is was that the I think that at the current place that there's a situation we have to put into the consideration is that the North Korea situation has been a continuation of the post-Korean War situation.
They never stopped.
They never stopped. There's no stop war agreement signed by the U.S. and the Korea side, North Korean side. That's one point. Second is just because of that, North Korea has been an isolated nation since the 50s.
No, they're not isolated.
They are isolated.
I give you one thing.
Precisely.
Within 15 years,
Yes.
their nuclear technology, it goes from nothing almost to sophistication.
Oh, let's just go from international
There must be
point.
somebody behind.
Yeah, from the international community point of view, that North Korean is outside of the international community member circle, I would say.
Okay.
However, it does not stop them.
Okay,
It
on the
does-
map, on the map,
it
on the map.
did, yeah, it did not stop them from seeking the technologies,
Yeah.
especially nuclear
Yeah,
technologies
exactly.
from outside. Especially they send out students study abroad in Russian, also former Soviet Union, and also they send it out international students to China schools. And as a matter of fact, it's only up to the most recent years, that most recent months, that China had stopped their students in the very key department and major in study.
Let me tell you one thing for sure, all right? In the international affairs, right, there are always two layers. Layer number one is the one on the table that everybody can see, right?
That's right.
Layer number two is underneath that nobody can see, all right? Now, on the layer above the table, people see who is who is his enemy, who is whose enemy, all right? Underneath, you never know.
That's right.
You never know.
That's we call it green market, or,
you never know.
Yeah, that's right, black market.
So, could be a thing that you and I, right, Wei Luo and Jack Chow are enemies on this layer, and underneath, right, probably we're close friends.
That's right.
Probably we support each other. To keep your existence and my existence, the two existence will keep the world busy.
That's right. Let me present a fact to you that everybody thought that China and the U.S. and China and Russia are number one, number two trade partners with North Korea.
Yeah. Okay. What's
Do you
wrong?
think so?
What's wrong? Yeah.
Do you think that way?
Well,
the fact. Let me tell you the
no,
fact.
no,
The fact is that China is the number 8th trade partner with North Korea.
all right. Okay. Now, of
Number
course.
one trade partner is from Europe.
Okay. Now, okay. Whatever. Okay.
How dramatically?
Now, number 1 or number 8 doesn't make that much difference. Okay. In this world, okay. Now everybody spies on everybody.
That's right.
That is a fact, right?
That's in addition to that.
Everybody has insider into anybody.
That's right.
That's another fact.
And
all right?
plus,
people do trade. That's a third fact. So you don't want to say, when I argue with Wei Luo, I don't even want Jonathan to speak to Wei Luo. Well, this is not child play. It's not child play.
Jack,
okay?
let me tell you another fact is that if anyone can go to internet nowadays to find out a formula to produce a nuclear bomb, it's not a secret. It's published
Yeah.
procedure
You're
to
not
making a
talking about
nuclear
making you're not talking about making
So
making a bomb.
It's just about
No.
as you just said, that it's a strategic fighting between two countries involved with the regions that we namely 6 countries in the region. But this is just reflect American strategy of American first diplomatic policies in the farthest countries.
Let me clarify one point, okay? What you've been talking about on the internet to find a formula, those are the ways to make bombs. Right? In nuclear weapon making, you're not talking about development of only one area. You're talking about overall development, everything on the average to go to that level. For example, mathematics, right? Physics, chemistry,
So
everything is there.
Yeah, my
to that
understanding is
level.
that you need a system to build up a weapon
with
system.
what we see in North Korea is what they have, though. They can't single-handedly go ahead that much with their nuclear weapons. There must be some power, something behind, right? Something behind. And once again, it is norm. Like I said, under the table, people do anything.
So I just go back to your point is that as the fact is that North Korea is a nuclear country now. It doesn't matter you admit it, you recognize it or not.
Yes.
It is a
I
fact.
give you an example. when we were chasing Bin Laden.
So I wanted to take that away. Also, further develop my point is that presented to you is that there's no use for the U.S. side to ask North Korea to disarm his nuclear weapon. That is not reality now. That's how serious the situation is.
Anyway, the way to do to me is that to cut off the help.
There's no way.
The nuclear help.
There's no way.
Cut off the nuclear help, give them food, give them whatever they want.
Let me tell you, Jack, it has to be, this strategy is not new because during the Bill Clinton's administration, and there's agreement between U.S. and North Korea. By that agreement, North Korea will dissolve his capacity, manufacturing capacity of nuclear weapons.
The six-party negotiation 3 years ago almost reached that point.
That is right. Actually, there's a point that both sides reached agreement that U.S. give out the food and oil.
What made the flip-flop? There is one thing, one factor missing, and now we do not know. Okay, 3 years ago, the six-party table almost reached to a point.
What I'm talking about
they
is
will give up.
Yeah, that's 6 years ago.
They'll get all the money, the food, the oil, the everything. All right.
That's right.
Okay, now, and that could be a solution. Now, and there came a support, something nuclearly helping them to almost in an explosion way to reach what they are now. Like I said, the nuclear technology is not a single technology. It's like a space technology. It's everything combined. All right. You have to have everything on the supreme level to go before you can do that.
Jack, let me stop you over there. Let me share what I learned 6 years ago, which is 3 years earlier than what you just presented. 6 years ago, actually, it's not 6 years ago. It's about under the Bill Clinton's administration, both countries reached an agreement, and North Korea disarmed his manufacturing capacity, and the U.S. provided support in food and fuel. Let me finish. And all of a sudden, the Bush administration came on, and they stopped that supplier, and by claiming that North Korean country is a devil axle. Did you still remember that? And the North Korean government from North Korea filled.
That's why that's why in my previous shows,
so surprised.
My audience, that's why in my previous shows, my guests all points to the problem to as early as George H.W. Bush, 41, George H.W. Bush, and then Clinton, then Bush, then Barack Obama, then Donald Trump. You're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4,
6 administrations.
Fifth
administrations already.
Accumulated problem.
That is right.
There was one point I do remember. North Korea says, "Okay, I surrender. I need this, and there is a list: food, money, oil, stuff like that."
That's right.
Okay, all right. That is the moment. That was the moment that could have that's all resolved. And back 6 years ago, there was another climax. And there was almost a point of have things done. And 3 years ago, there was another. Okay,
that is
which was the factor that keeps on going, making the failure of the first one, of the second one, of the third? Plus, I give you the condition: nuclear technology is not something that I try so hard I can get it.
That's a civil level.
As long as I try hard, I will get it. No,
it's a civil level.
It has to something technology gets hit. Now,
that's right.
My point, whole thing is to cut out the helper, right? Give them food, give them whatsoever.
It's too late.
All right. Anyway, okay, my dear friend, too late or still time? I don't know. But anyway, I believe the philosophical thinking that he and I put together will be the one that is seldom talked. You think so? All right. Let's take a very short moment out. When we come back, we'll find out. Now that given the fact it is too late to do anything, what else do you want to do? Stay with us, please. Hello, my dear friend, lovely audiences. Welcome back to the talk about the North Korean Peninsula situation. It is quite a situation there, we know. Anyway, I wonder if you know what war means. Okay, on the lips, a war is just a one vowel, say war, that's it. And the spell is only 3 letters. But once it breaks, people die. Lots of people die. I don't care about the justice war, justified, not justified. As long as there's a war, people are dying. All right, now, we will keep the war option as very, 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 very last resort to that point. Now, it looks that, oh, by the way, my friend Wei Luo, founder and CEO of California Sunshine Center, and the founder and CEO of Wei Education Center in Beijing, Group Center in Beijing, an educator. The reason I invited an educator, not a admiral here, is because that we wanted to take a different perspective from educator, from a philosophical perspective to see what it goes on.
That's
right.
That's
I believe if you put all the 3 sections, 3 segments together, you will probably already get what we are pushing. Now, to a point when Wei Luo says, okay, no, too late. Too late, okay. So what do you think, what else do we think we can do now that it is too late?
It is too late to try to disarm the North Koreans' nuclear power weapon. And, but it is not too late to negotiate with North Korea, to engage North Korean government, and to bring them into the international community.
Understood.
By building up normal trading relationships with them.
The problem is that Kim 3 has already raised his chips, his betting chips.
No.
Saying that I will not stop anything until you say you give me the grant of nuclear power.
Do you know what does he want?
He wants the international community, he wants the United Nations to confirm him as the additional nation with a nuclear power.
That is number one, but that is not a major point of his request.
What is
his request? He wants to establish normal relationship with United States of America.
Does he want that?
That's right.
I don't think so.
That's a fact.
Prove it.
Every time six-party dialogue disarmed without any results, that's just because North Korea and Pyongyang wanted to talk with Washington directly and without other people's engagement. That's number one. Number two, from the U.S. side, have you noticed?
Why would other people involved?
Okay, I will come back with that question later on after I finish by this sentence. From the U.S. side, have you noticed State General Secretary Tillerson's most recent statement?
Well, no, I haven't.
And what he said about a week ago is that U.S. is ready to negotiate directly with North Korea.
Okay.
And also,
let's do it.
The UN ambassador from U.S. to the United Nations, Nikki Haley, repeatedly stated that U.S. is engaged with Korea not only militarily, but also they are ready to make negotiation with North Korea. So all those puzzle up together that the Kim III has a strong intention to engage with the U.S. normally with a normal relationship. There's no secret. It's published already. But the good thing is that the U.S. sees the signal and they are ready to take it over, whether or not it is strategic gesture or it is a diplomatic gesture. That's the question that we want to observe.
I may not necessarily disagree with you, but I want to clarify who was the one willing, who was the party, who is the party, or has been the party willing to go to the negotiation table?
I think that Kim III, North Korean party, they want sit table
Kim
face to face. with the U.S. Hold
Yeah.
on. Let me finish. That's my point. Let me present it.
Okay.
Let me finish my point. It is Kim's intention or North Korea's intention to sit table face to face with U.S. directly without other people involvement. But
it's two-party.
It's up to the U.S. whether or not they wanted. I mean, Washington really wanted to talk directly with North Korea, as we just presented. If that happened, if that event occurs, and the U.S. existence in the region will be no longer be the case.
Yeah, slow down. Let me ask you, are you saying instead of a six-party negotiation, it is the wish of Korean to do a one-on-one discussion?
That is correct. Please note it, six-party negotiation proposal is China's intention.
Okay.
It has to be
China, Russia, Japan, and South Korea.
No.
There's 4 additional countries involved.
It proved six-party talk proposal is a failure policy.
I don't know.
It doesn't work.
Federal what?
It didn't work before. It will not be working in the future.
But they are the related.
That's my point of view.
Yeah, of course. They are. Just don't argue with me. But they are. Let's analyze. They are the related countries. They are in the region, right? They are directly related. Of course, it is to their concern if there goes a war or not, right? So that's why the 6 parties. Well, otherwise, well, shouldn't
Jack,
they?
let me tell you, there will be no wall. There will be no wall.
No war and no wall.
No wall in the region.
No, you're talking about wall.
No,
W-A-L-L?
W-A-R.
Oh, war. You're talking about war, right?
There will be no war.
No war on what?
There will be no war because
Okay.
war will not boost out in the region.
Well, I don't know. I don't
If you
keep track.
If you give me 2 hours in the show, I will present my facts and analyzing on that.
Okay, why don't I just schedule you for a next show, and you can bring all the evidence here to indicate that it is Korea, it is Kim III who is willing to negotiate with the U.S.
That is correct.
one-on-one.
That's right. We can do it later on.
Okay, very good.
There's a lot to talk about it.
Sure,
and
there's
I
a
can
lot, I
share
believe.
with what I have learned and studied
very good.
on that
Okay.
subject with you.
All right. Regardless of a 2-party talk or 6-party talk, it looks that here we're talking about the only option left is to continue to talk. I don't think there's going to be a war. I don't think the shooting will scare the U.S. away. Neither will U.S. scare the Kim III, the fat guy. So the only thing is talk. Today with my friend Wei Luo, educator and also philosopher. He's proven a philosopher himself. And we shared opinions on shared opinions on this issue. So thank you very much, my dear friends, for watching. And to Wei Luo, thank you for sharing.
Thank you, Jack.
And I do anticipate next time you and I here, I'll give you a full session, whole thing.
Yeah.
Whole thing to prove that
I'm asking for a solo show.
All right. I'll give you a solo. All right, sir. Deal.
Thank you, Jack. Merry Christmas.
Same to you.
Happy New Year.